Hey guys, welcome back to another farming video. Today I'm going to show you a natural way to repel mosquitoes and pests. But firstly, let's start off with an update of the garden. As you can see, there is a lot of one specific weed in my garden, and that is the accursed dollar weed. If you compare the bed of corn to the other beds, you can see that the other beds have a lot more different weeds than the corn does. Anyway, here are the carrots. As you can see, the carrots are starting to develop their bushy type of leaves on the top. I did plant more onion seeds the day after this, and when I went to Lowe's, there was a really good deal on mulch. It was 3 bags for $10, so I went ahead and bought that and put it around. Anyway, here's the green onions. As you can see, there's very little green onions. The potatoes have nothing noteworthy going on, so it's just dollar weed. But if you look at my strawberries, as you can see, there's absolutely no weeds. With the strawberries, I did the no-till method, which is just putting cardboard down and then putting compost over it, and then planting the strawberries directly into the compost. Anyway, I think it's about time I show you what we're doing. Today I'm going to be planting marigolds around the garden. Here's the little stats on the back. As you can see, about 8 days to germinate. Depth is 1/4 of an inch. Spacing is about 1/2 foot, and it'll take 45 to 60 days to bloom. So you may be thinking,
Tate, why are you planting marigolds?
well, what I've found so far inside my garden, and I'll list it. I've seen frogs, which are actually good for the garden because they're going to eat the pest. But I've also seen caterpillars, I've seen snails in my garden, and overall I've been seeing a lot of bite marks on my corn. Not to mention the bite marks that are on me. If I go outside for about 30 minutes, I'll come back inside with 7 bites. And you may be wondering, how are marigolds going to prevent this? Well, if you've ever smelled marigolds, you might have thought, this smells lovely. But you see, to the pest, the mosquitoes, the caterpillars, the whatever the heck is touching my crops thinks, ugh, I don't want to go in there or be near this. But actually, some of the marigolds do attract a lot of benefits. So marigolds will attract ladybugs. These ladybugs are going to be my little warden in the garden. Hopefully they go around and start feasting on prey. They'll also attract hoverflies, which are like little mimicries of bees. And like the ladybugs, they'll also control pests inside the garden. And lastly, the most obvious, it's gonna attract bees. Well, bees pretty much help with the production of anything that will flower. And later on, every crop inside my garden will flower at some point. For my carrots and onions, I'm going to be leaving a couple crops to get seeds from. The potatoes will also flower at some point. Also guys, here's a little close-up of the dollar weed I'm talking about. If you look at the white roots, those are all rhizomes. Basically, it means that if I leave even a single piece of that white root inside the ground, the dollar weeds will grow back. And that pretty much means that they are never leaving my garden, ever. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Bees will also heavily increase my output of strawberries. The bees pollinating my strawberries helps increase the flavor, the size, and the amount I will be getting. Anyway, now that I'm done digging up the ground, it was time to start putting the seeds into the ground. So if you guys read the packet when I showed you guys earlier, I am planting the dwarf variety around my garden. I'm going to show you with a little Minecraft snippet of how I want the garden to look like. So from all directions of the fence, I'll have a way to get in and out of. Now you may be wondering why I'm not too thorough with the weeds that are going to be around the marigolds. And you might also be wondering why I didn't put any compost or anything for the marigolds. Well, firstly is why no fertilizer. Well, for marigolds, they're not really heavy feeders. If anything, it might actually hinder the bloom because the fertilizer will encourage foliage growth. As for the compost, I don't really need much drainage. The soil around my garden is decent enough to not need it. And lastly, the marigolds don't really mind the weeds because over time, the marigolds would actually outcompete the weeds around it. Since I didn't mention it before, I'm planting 3 marigold seeds per hole, each hole being about 6 inches apart and about 1/4 of an inch deep. Well anyway, if you guys are curious how I take care of my garden every day, this is my daily routine. I just go outside and just put my finger in the soil to check if it's moist or not. I check about 1/2 inch for the carrots and the onions, and then about 3 to 4 inches for the potatoes. The strawberries and corn almost never need watering. Thanks to the mulch around it, it just doesn't dry out almost ever. Anyway, I can't think of anything else to talk about, so here's a picture of my cats. The one on the door is Sly, and the one schlump on top of the tower is Casper. As you can see, they're really posted up like the Miami Heat alley-oop play. Like, I'm sorry, but you guys really gotta revel into how cute my cats are. Like, look at my boy Casper hugging that tree. He's so dang cute. He might be the cutest cat in the world. He probably is. You know what he is. He's the cutest cat in the world. Sorry, guys. But like, if you guys own a cat, I'm sorry. They're just inferior to him. Just look at him. He's a little chubby, but that's what makes him so charming. Chubby little guy. And then there's Sly. She's always having the high ground. She's always looking down at me. She believes every living being is below her. And you know what? She might just be right. Just look at her. Look at those big old eyes. The perfect balance. The perfect specimen? I think so. Anyway, we're finally at the end of me planting the seeds. Okay, so this is how the garden currently looks like. It may look a little ugly right now, but just give it a few weeks. Anyway, get ready for tomorrow. I have another video planned. And until then, like, subscribe, and bye-bye.